Hello there guys, James here. Today I'll be sharing with you my usage experience of Ancient OS 6.1 Shield for the Poco F1. Now this is the non-anime version and it's the GApps version. So the Android version is 12 and the default kernel is something called Snowcone, but I changed it to Silvercore 10.6. But this 10.6 I only installed like half an hour ago, so that doesn't matter. I was using it with 10.5 I think. So today I'll be sharing what I like about this ROM, what I am not a fan of, and my personal thoughts of this ROM. So let's get started from what I like about this ROM. The first thing that I like about this ROM is that it has some different visual elements. One of my favorite things about this ROM is the quick settings panel. So from here it looks normal, but if you pull down you will see the toggles coming down for one hand reachability. This is much better for one hand usage. Unlike in stock Android where the toggles remain on top and sometimes you have to activate the reachability gesture, but in this it's very easy, and this is one of the best status bar implementations in Android 12 that I have seen so far. Everything looks neat and tidy, and it's just a functional thing. I really like it about this ROM. The next thing that is different in this ROM is the settings panel. It has its own unique looks with this bar at the bottom, and you may or may not like it according to your taste, but the thing that this settings panel emphasizes the most is its customizations. So if you tap on the second icon right here, you have a lot of customization. Everything can be customized almost, and the third row is also more customization. By default, the left side status bar padding was a little bit off. The clock was slightly sticking outside, but it is easily fixable by adjusting this left side padding. By now you would have already guessed what this ROM stands for. It's for customization. This is a ROM that you can customize heavily according to your liking. You have all the customization you will ever need. Material U coloring customization is also there. Navigation bar. And yeah, a lot of customization is there. So in the customization front, this ROM is a 10 out of 10. And the next thing that I like about this ROM is the overall smoothness and the fluidity of the UI. This ROM is very smooth to use. There is no stutters or lags or anything. The status bar is also pretty neat. It does not show any half text or anything like that. Expanding is also fine. So visually this is a very good ROM to use. Be it the smoothness of the UI or the amount of customization or the level of customization this ROM offers, you can really make this ROM your own. Talking about the performance, the general app performance is also really good. I have not noticed any slowdowns or any lags as such in the UI. Coming to the gaming performance, I have not been able to test it very thoroughly as I did on other ROMs because I had to go on a long journey, and it consumed most of the time. But the time I did spend gaming in this ROM, it felt good. I did not notice any massive lags or any massive slowdowns. It does have the custom thermal profiles for individual apps. So I have set the BGMI to gaming. I have not played much of New State in this, but from what I have observed from BGMI, I can say that the gaming performance is good enough. Now coming to the things that I am not a fan of. The first thing is battery life. This is one thing that I am not a fan of because the battery life in this ROM was very inconsistent for me. Sometimes the idle drain, I use Franco Kernel Manager to monitor the drain. Sometimes the idle drain will be below 10. Now you will see it's 13 and 13.5, but I have my brightness very low down and I am not running hotspot or anything, just a single SIM. So I'm not sure why this inconsistency is there in terms of idle drain, in terms of battery life. The battery life has also not been very good. 6 hours of screen on time is what I have got, even in casual usage, 6 to 6.5 hours. The battery usage statistics is also bugged. You will see it is only showing from the very low percentage. But I like the fact that this is at least trying to show since last full charge and not the bad version of the since 24 hours that the normal Android 12 comes with. Another thing that I'm not a fan of is the at a glance widget. It is not working, and even if you go to the at a glance settings, it is not showing any options. Now this is exactly like it was in the initial Android 12 builds. Another problem with this ROM is in the wallpaper and styles section. If I change a wallpaper, the saturation that wallpaper is shown at is very high. Luckily for me, this is only inside the wallpaper and customization section. but for some people they are also experiencing the same in Google Photos. Only when minimizing and getting back in, it will get the same problem, but that's not very bothersome to me. Another small thing is the disappearing of the network strength when you turn off mobile data, which it used to do in the initial Android 12 builds. So a lot of problems that were associated with the initial builds of Android 12 are still here in this ROM. Yet another problem that I faced in this ROM is the Google Photos editor not working. Now if I tap on the edit button, it will just circle around these, it will just keep loading like this. So now let me share my personal thoughts and let's conclude about this ROM. Some of the things that I like about in this ROM, I really like it so much that I think other ROMs should see this as an inspiration, like the status bar design over here. I think this should come as standard in all of the Android 12 ROMs. I really think this should be a standard thing. Android should adopt this as default. So this ROM is that good in some things, in some areas. Who is this ROM for? So I'd say that this ROM is mostly aimed at the customization freaks out there, the customization lovers. If you love customization, you have a lot of options to tinker around with in the settings. So if you are a customization person, definitely try out this ROM. But in its current state, there are still drawbacks like poor battery life. I mean, not poor, but inconsistent battery life. Some minor UI glitches here and there, and some in-app glitches and so on. But overall, as a ROM, this is good enough. But the one thing that will stop me from using this ROM is the battery life. Apart from that, the performance, gaming performance, customization, and everything I really like. So yeah, overall, I really like this ROM. So that has been it for my usage experience of the Ancient OS 6.1 for the Poco F1. If you have any questions or queries, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and see you guys in the next one.